Welcome back to Rockin' Around Garage. We're going to finish, this is part 2 of the rear end weld up, reinstall. I got to weld up these saddles on this rear end. I got it located now, I got the pinion angle set. I had to pull it back out, it was so much easier. So I figured I would just, since I got it out, weld up the saddles, put on the brake lines, run the hard lines to the center to where it tees off at, and bolts up right here. So I can do that out of the car. And then when I reinstall it, all I got to do is put the shocks in, hook the drive shaft back up, U-bolts, hook the back shackle bolts up, put the wheels on it, and the rear end part is done. So that's what we're going to do. Perfect. Welded. Ain't perfect. Machine does all the work. Good enough. All right, I got to run the brake lines now. Off the caliper. Somewhere over there. Yep. Along here. Spin it back around. Run the hard lines. Rubber lines to the hard lines. I'll move you for that one. Put you right on top of things. Get the stuff out of the way. I do love that machine. All right. I gotta bend up some brake lines, flare them. Do my thing. Give me a second. Got the brake lines here, bolts. Grab some gloves. I gotta open up the garage to air it out. Oof, gets a little smoky in here. Had a lot of rain, a lot of wind. There's the bolts. Copper washers. Come on. Should put you over here so you could see. It's no big deal. We'll just run that baby over to here. Yeah. Up in that tab. Heck, I can weld a bolt to that. That's what we'll do. Let me bend that tab real quick. All right, it's time to shut the door. What I'm going to do is, this bolts on like that. I'll bring this around, weld a bolt on top, run a nut down it, but I got to flatten this part. I got to flatten that out, knock that down, flatten it. So we're saying here, boom. Yeah, I could grind that off, go that way if I wanted to, but nah. This way, and boom. Gotta paint it. Powder coated, done. That T will bolt up to here. Retapped. I'll grab some brake lines and some fittings. Fittings. Got a few. Got a few. Okay, let's try this one. Should be the same. Okay, 21 and 20. So that one goes on first. Where's my top? Top goes this way. Get my handle out. Try to get my handle out. Okay. Flush it. Snug it. 3/16, number 1. Lock your brakes. Step on your cart. Loose. Number 2. And done. Pull that out. 1 brake line, done. So let me straighten this one out a little more. Just to rebend it. All right, this one takes the bigger one now. Thank God I got options. Back to the flat. Number 1. Number 2. There's the tape measure. Done. There's your brake line. Big end, small end. Both of these take the small. All right, let's see how bad I can mess this up. Because I can. Okay, big one to the inside of there. So that one goes like that. This one goes here. To about there. All right, we're back. I had to charge the phone a little bit. We got the brake lines on, the nuts welded to it, the pads welded on. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna set this baby up in there, bolt it up. I'm gonna get you situated, and get it set up to where we'll get some light, but I'll try not to blind you. It really shouldn't take too long to put this thing in. I've only done it 50 times. So hopefully I can get it centered on the jack. In. All right, I think we're gonna go back on this one. In. Yep. Okay. Let's see if I can get you guys set up for like an action shot. Perfect. There we go. Move that, and that stuff. Okay. That baby is on there. That's fine. Perfect. Perfect. Let's do the other side. Oh, it don't go any further than that. She is tight. She is super tight. Okay, a little bit on there. That's fine. I'm gonna leave these studs long right here. I'm gonna leave these studs long in case I got to put a spacer in there to lower the car. So instead of cutting them off, I'll just leave them. All right, let's get this jack out of the way. We're getting there. Got my rear ends all scratched up. That's okay. the drive shaft in. And done. Drive shaft back in. Got to hook the brake line up. Whew, my head straight. All right, we got her in. We got her in. Brake lines are tight. They just need to be bled now. Whew. I'll measure the fan belts. I need to buy the shocks. I thought I had shocks, but frankly, I don't. I got fronts. So I had to measure, sitting at regular height, I need 17 inches. So you adjust from there. It's getting there, guys. Rear end. Let me check off some check-off stuff. All right. Rear end. Center, done. Battery tray, done. Set pinion, done. Weld saddles, done. Run brake lines, done. Shocks, no. Fix driver side stud and now passenger. No. All right, back again, Rocket Rod Garage. Been working on the wiring lately, getting it taped up, getting some stuff made up to hook to the solenoid. Got the fan belt on. Grounded, hot wire going to the battery. Everything is looking good. Got the other belt on order. Got to get this loom all set in here. Ran up. Eliminate some of the wires I don't need. I got to figure those out. Get my sender wires on and down in there for oil pressure. We're moving right along. I have the radiator ready to go in. I just wanted to button up some of the front end stuff of the motor before I put the radiator in. New Durali transmission oil cooler. Here's my wiring table. I just got all my new heat shrink in. Got enough of it, I'll tell you that. Should be enough to do it. I'll go over here to the parts table. Got my hoses and clamps. Got the electric fan relays with temp sender. The gas tank gasket, just in case the one I have don't work. Fan belts. Short Wicks oil filters. More ground straps, you can never have enough. Heater hose clamps. Heater hose bypass. Heater hose. And plus all the other stuff that I'm whittling down. We're coming along on it. Got some stuff done. The rear end's all in. Waiting on the shocks to come in. I ordered those. They're ready to go. Just waiting for them to come in. I'll bolt those in. then we can bleed the complete braking system. Get these brakes done, check for leaks, what have you. I'll go ahead and I'll throw the front shocks in. I got to do the fuel line from here down under there. I got to get some fittings and hoses and stuff. Got to run the heater hoses, the bypass hose, upper radiator, lower radiator. Set my timing mark on the harmonic balancer. Prime the oil again. Get a battery in it. Get the wiring done to where I can fire it with the key. Yeah, I'm going through all this. It's pretty roached out. It is some garb, no doubt about it. But we're coming along. I got to get a vacuum fitting to go in there. It's one of those screw-ins with one port to go to the modulator line for the transmission. I got to make that up. Just odds and ends. Odds and ends. I got plenty to do. Distributor wires, plugs oil filter, put the exhaust dumps on. Fan belts are ordered. Let's see. Modulator line, I got to get a fitting. Torque converter bolts are sitting right there. Done. Waiting to put in. Shifter linkage, I got to figure that out. What's after the shifter linkage? Radiator hoses, got those. They ain't done yet. Wiring, that's a big job. Fuel line assembly, I got to do the fuel filter in the back, connect it with rubber hoses and clamps. Do it up here like I told you to get the line up to the carb. Driver side stud, that's not a rush. Shocks are on their way. Power steering lines, I have those. We've seen those. I'll put those on the table too. Yep, that's these. That one, and the return. Yeah, we got some parts. We got some work to do. It's moving right along, surely but slowly. What do you think? Think we'll get it? It won't be long before we're firing this thing up. Yes, sir. Stay tuned. Rock and Ron Garage. New radiator and cooler. New wiring. Rear end is mounted. No tire kickers. No window lickers. Rock and Ron Garage. Like and subscribe, and thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting. All right.